Hello and welcome everyone to our first Go4 Modern Combat 5 Blue July Cup #1. Now you might be like, Haxer, why is there a Blue July Cup going on right now when it's June? I don't know. I think it's just because we're heading into the month of July. July is probably going to be quite an exciting month because it's also going to be the anniversary month for Modern Combat 5. We actually also did get into our first game while the teams were setting up, so we will quickly switch over to that. Our first matchup for today will be XX Tenecon versus OMG. Oh my god. And they are battling it out on the streets. You guys are wondering where Counter is. He is sadly busy today, so I am stuck here and I will be doing all of the commentary, all of the streaming for today. I don't have my stuff completely synced up with Counter, so if there are any differences in the stream, that is probably why. I do run different settings in Counter, and he does have some pretty nice stuff that he's actually set up himself, so props to Counter for that. Anyways, let's get into the gameplay right now. We have an extremely strong start from OMG, starting off with a 6-point lead on the streets. We see some pretty nice sniper trades coming back from XX though, but OMG is just keeping them suppressed in their spawn. One of the main strats for this map is usually just trying to keep the red side in the spawn, or the red side just trying to defend in the spawn. And it looks like it's not really working too well in XXX's favor, as they seem to have given up a lot of kills off the bat. However, we do start seeing some trades coming in from their team, some resistance happening. However, Veterans doing quite a bit of damage, trying to keep them suppressed. They have a really good setup for actually holding the red team in the spawn. They have a few recons just watching, making sure that no one's actually pushing out. They also have a few people just using these snipers, so if recon does spot a player, the snipers can get that DPS in and instantly take down some players. Veteran still putting in some heavy work as he just keeps them suppressed, keeps them inside the spawn. Currently going 6-0, so a pretty powerful asset for his team at the moment, getting a lot of those kill streaks in as well. I believe he might have already gotten his EMP strike. We'll have to see if he picks up another few kills. Oh, it looks like he actually just got it right there as well, so that's going to be even better for keeping them suppressed in that spawn. That EMP strike will stop them from actually telling where the blue side is coming from. Veteran's trying to escape, but he does not get out of there as he's taken down with very slow HP from the Slack. OMG off to a pretty amazing start for this so far. We do see XXX trying to push out. They do start switching up their strats. You see some more heavies coming out, trying to get this explosive damage down. So you don't really have to use precision to get out. You could just use force, and force can be a very, very feasible tactic. We do see they were able to actually get out, and they were also able to flip the spawns, so this might actually bode in their favor for a moment, depending on how they hold this right here. Right now, OMG, since they have such a massive lead, they don't really need to move around too much. They could just stay in the spawn and just wait for people to come to them. So we'll have to see how they actually utilize this location. Right now, it looks like they're going to be playing a bit more passively, maybe just try to run down the clock. Both teams trying to do some more damage. XXX, however, getting a nice double kill with the Imp's sniper rifle, trying to push in still here, but a sniper at close range, although it can be effective for some players, not too effective right there, especially against a recon, as they are just mowed down while they're trying to push in. Thought switching to the recon class, going to be trying to use that recon perk to help his team out, find out where these enemy players are, and push in. Some nice plays coming in, some trades coming back from XXX. However, OMG is just keeping them suppressed, getting trades of their own, just a triple to actually even up that score trade right there. They are just having lots and lots of problems actually pushing in, and we actually do see OMG push out of that spawn location for just a moment, maybe looking to get some more kills under their belt, maybe trying to look to finish this game up a bit quicker with a 17-point lead that they have at the moment. They are doing quite exceptional for the first game of our RO16 today. We do still see Ojo Otaba getting some very, very nice kills with the Imps, just very good plays by him. However, although he is doing some pretty heavy work, going 10-8 at the moment, just not enough is being done The rest of his team is somewhat weighing him down. They do have to be a bit careful. They were somewhat organized at first when they were trying to hold the spawn, but it did quickly fall apart as OMG was able to just peek in, get some picks, and then back off. Wojtava going up, trying to get some more kills with this Imps. One powerful factor from the Imps is it does have that explosive damage you can do to some players by shooting at the ground. So even if you do miss your shot, it still can hurt the players a bit. It looks like he does get a bit unfortunate there. Steps on a grenade with his teammate as well as he does get taken down. He's going to continue on trying to do some more damage. Looks like his teammate was able to get that trade right there. And OMG is just looking for that final kill. Veterans is able to get the headshot on Fought, and that will be game number 1 for our cup today. We will be getting into game 2 in just a few short moments after they have everything set up. If you guys are joining right now, welcome to the Go4 Modern Combat 5 Blue July Cup number 1. If you're wondering why it is the Blue Cup in June, it's because we are actually entering the month of June, and the month of June should be a pretty exciting month for Modern Combat. We will be getting into our game 2 in just a few short moments. We will also be getting in our giveaways once we get back. Alright, we are starting to load into game number 2 of our Go4 Modern Combat 5 Blue July Cup. We do have OMG versus Xtenacon. Game number 2. OMG with a surprising game 1 win. We are going to be seeing if OMG can pull it off, or if Triple X could actually just try to actually come back here and secure a victory of their own. This is best out of 3, so if they do get knocked out again, if OMG pulls off another victory, that will mean that OMG will be going up to our quarterfinals for today. If you guys are wondering, where is Counter? I know y'all love Counter so much. Counter is a fantastic man. He is a bit busy today, so I am the broadcaster for today. So I put some F's in the chat. Rip Counter, at least for today. I think he's also going to be a bit busy tomorrow as well, but I will need to double check that. So I will be commanding the iOS Cups for today and tomorrow, unless he comes back on Sunday. Alright, getting back into our game. We are on the construction site. We did see a pretty good start from Triple X, however they did start falling behind as OMG started picking up some more kills of their own. They did have a pretty solid start, and their start is a lot more, it's a lot better than what we were seeing the last game. The last game, OMG just had an immense lead at the beginning of the match. However, it looks like they have maybe a few different tactics up their sleeves for something like this, and it's working out quite well so far, being 4 points ahead of OMG. However, 4 points isn't really that much. OMG still can catch up, but however, having even a small lead will be good for them right now. OMG is going to be looking for any way possible to actually take that lead back from them. We do see Veterans pushing in with that Bosk. Bosk being a completely meta weapon at the moment. Just extremely good power, just good damage, good range, and the good headshot capacity. The fact that you can just get these random headshots with the Bosk is one of the reasons why you see so many of these pro players actually using this thing. Usually you would want to be aiming for body shots, at least with something like the sniper, but as you saw right there, the headshots with this can be quite effective and just taking down players, especially with all the bonus HP and bonus armor that you might have equipped. Zaza picking up a nice kill with the LAC sniper rifle. We do see Saad and the rest of them just holding down this entire area with the sniper, which is actually a kind of odd strategy in my eyes. Usually you would think they would want to have maybe a recon here, at least see when enemies are walking up to the doorways and trying to push in. But they're actually taking a mostly sniper strat to actually hold off this location. They decided, okay, maybe it wasn't the best idea to hold that one spot. Let's back up into the back of the construction site, just waste some time, hold on to our lead for now, and use our strengths against them. Their strengths right now are the fact that they have these scopes, they have this range that they can use against OMG. OMG, however, weren't really too prepared. They do have some snipers of their own, but they have mostly recon players. As you see right here, Veterans is going to have to push in. He's trying to bob and weave through the sniper fire. Looks like no one really noticed him pushing in right here. This could be a good play by him, but he gets headshot by the LAC at close range. Good try by him, but quite unfortunate in the end. Triple X putting in a lot more effort than before, already being 10 points ahead of OMG. Quite the opposite of what we were seeing the last match. And it's actually quite impressive as well. It shows that Triple X is not out of this matchup just yet. They still have another chance to actually get in this game and go up to the next match, which would be a rush. We can't count OMG out just yet though. They've had some pretty impressive plays in the past, but will they be able to pull off some impressive plays now? We do see Kilo actually trying to push in with the LAC. He does get a few kills, but does get taken out as well by Saad. It looks like Saad actually had that fast respawn, so he did die and was able to respawn. Or was he able to actually get a snipe across the map? Quite hard to actually tell, but he is able to pick up another kill on Kilo. Just another nuisance for OMG to actually have to deal with, just having a sniper in the back of the map. And this could be one of their strategies they're pulling out right here. Just trying to separate your team, trying to make it a lot harder for OMG to actually pick up individual kills, and this could be slowing down OMG's momentum in terms of coming back. It could just be a lot harder for OMG to actually do anything at this time. Kilo getting taken out again. Quite unfortunate for him. He's been getting picked off quite a bit while trying to push in. You see OMG being a bit more aggressive, switching to a bit more recon players on their side. I only think there's maybe 1 or 2 snipers. As we see, Veterans is using the recon, Summer was using the recon, and I believe a few more. Kilo was using the X1 morph, and we do have the 1 sniper. So only 2 snipers coming out from OMG, which is quite odd for this map, since snipers can be extremely effective in just holding off the enemy. But maybe they're just going for the more aggressive strats while pushing in. Yes, they are securing some kills, but they've been also feeding quite a significant amount to Triple X throughout this entire time. We do see a nice triple kill coming out from OMG though, and they could still pull this back, although the score is extremely close. 44 to 48, we can't count them out just yet. Saad picking up a kill and finishing it up with the knife on Veterans to keep Triple X in the match. We will be going on to a game 3. My phone app did crash, that's also fantastic, but we will be going into a game 3 in just a few short moments while they have it set up. If you guys are joining right now, we will be heading to that game 3 between Triple X, Tenacon, and OMG. And this will actually be quite an interesting way to finish up our first RO16 matchup of the day. We also will be starting our first giveaway of the day as well. Our first giveaway will be on our Twitch platform with a hashtag RO16 to start everything off. In the meantime, we will take a short little break while game number 3 is getting set up. Stay tuned for that. Guys, I know I'm not as relevant as Counter anymore since I haven't been doing streams as much, but I hope you guys do enjoy my commentary. I'm going to be continuing on this for today and tomorrow when Counter is not here, so if you're wondering where Counter was, he is a bit busy. Just a heads up on that as well. Alright, we are loading into our decider match between these two fantastic teams who have started off our tournament for today. OMG versus Triple X. Gonna be trying to actually decide who is the winner for this first game. We are on Museum. The mode is Rush, and the stakes are high. OMG is going to be trying to take off the pretty much most popular place to defend this site from. It gives you pretty good angles of the relay. Just makes it very difficult for the enemy team to actually try to push in. However, if one of the players from OMG slips up and lets a single person pass, it will put an immense amount of pressure on their hold of this spot. We do see Triple X going to be trying to just hold here, trying to wait and see if OMG does make a move. Saad going to be waiting. He probably knows exactly where the enemy team is, since it is such a popular spot to hold from. But they could have some pretty impressive plays under their belt if they are doing this properly. What we've seen very commonly in a situation like this is we would have maybe multiple players try to rush in at a time. Yes, maybe one or two players might go down, but as long as you get on the relay, the blue side right here would have the advantage in capturing that relay. And if you do wait for the time to actually hit 0-0 and you can capture the relay, you will actually be able to win that first round without having to really do anything else. That's what OMG is so worried about at the moment. That's why they're just holding onto this location, using the Evil Eye Sniper perk, trying to spot some players through the wall, trying to see if they could find anyone or see if any movement. And that's why OMG is not really deciding to make any bold actions right now. Keep in mind, once the timer does hit 0, this will still be going on. We do see some movement from OMG, going completely opposite on what I was saying before. Bold actions indeed as they rush in, try to push in, try to take the relay. However, we do see Triple X ready for them, decides to actually push in and take them down as they start rounding the pillar. That means first round going to Triple X. They will have the advantage so far. They would need to win 2 more rounds to actually move up and defeat OMG in our RO16 for today. Looks like they're actually also going to be taking a similar hold to what we saw the last round as well. However, the difference is OMG, I don't think they got any kills last round. Well, we do have 1 kill coming in from Veterans last round, but other than that 1 player that went down, the rest of Triple X will have all of their perks remaining, meaning all those kills they were able to get, they will go to additional points, they will go to additional perks, and that will make it a bit more difficult for OMG to actually pull this back. It really also depends on the plays from OMG. If they do something a bit risky like that while they're down on perks, it could put them at quite a severe disadvantage. We do see some movement here. Looks like they are preparing themselves for a rush, or they could just be waiting to counter a rush from OMG themselves. Alright, OMG still maybe have learned their lessons, deciding to just stay back, not really wanting to make too much movement, trying to use Evil Eye perk every once in a while to see if any movement has happened. I feel like we might see something similar to our previous... I guess we won't be seeing anything to the previous one. I thought they were going to be maybe waiting for the timer to actually reach a low mark and then try to rush in again and try to get the point. Because if you do get the point on Museum, if you can get it with all your players extremely quick, which maybe takes 1 to 2 seconds if you have all 5, it does make it extremely difficult for the enemy team to react. Since a 2-second capture, yes, they will get alerted, but will they be able to actually take down all the players, or will they be able to actually get on that relay in the 2 seconds needed to actually try to come back from that? I will back out for just a moment to see if everyone else backed out as well, because this could be a lobby disconnect, which means we would be reseeing that match. But let me just double check that real quick before we get back into it. If you guys are joining right now, we are currently having a giveaway going on our Twitch page with a hashtag RO16. If you don't know what our Twitch page is, it's twitch.tv/moderncombat, and not too many people have entered so far, so I recommend you head over there for a chance to win some credits yourself. Alright, here we go with our Game 3 rematch. We did see Triple X actually having a lead over OMG, starting off our rush mode. However, a match disconnect actually was a full match disconnect, so every one of the players actually got booted out of the lobby, meaning we will be redoing that game entirely. We are loading in at the moment a Rush Museum. OMG now having a small little taste of what Triple X will be doing and know what they shouldn't do as well. So we'll try to see if we have any difference in strats at the moment as we are getting into this match once more. Both teams looking to take some pretty similar routes as before, trying to get into the similar spots as before. And it looks like we're going to have our traditional standstill between both sides. One team going to be staying in Statue Room. The others going to be staying in Exhibition, trying to find out where these enemies are, trying to use that sniper perk to at least spot them through the wall. And it's a very effective use of that sniper perk. In a map like this, you can try to run a recon around, but that means you're also going to be running a player around, risking losing a player in the process. So getting intel with a perk like this, just being able to aim and spot enemies through the wall, is very, very useful. I wish you actually could see it from the spectator side, but it does not show, sadly. Pretty much every time you see them aim in with the sniper rifle multiple times, they are trying to use that Evil Eye perk to spot the enemies. And it looks like we have another disconnect, which is quite unfortunate. I have no clue what's going on with that. We'll see if it's another full match disconnect. In the meantime, I won't actually mute my mic. I will explain a bit of what is going on at the moment, especially for all the people who are just entering the stream right now. If you guys are new to this, this is our weekly Go4 Modern Combat 5 Blue Cup. It is the July Cup, although it is not July just yet, but since we are heading into the month of July, this will technically count as our first July Cup, since we also will have a cup tomorrow, which will be July 1st. Our first matchup was OMG versus Triple X Tenicon, and it's actually quite an interesting matchup. OMG had a pretty strong Game 1 victory, and Triple X actually had a pretty strong Game 2 victory, and we are actually trying to do the tiebreaker, which seems to keep on getting delayed as we keep on disconnecting from the lobby at the moment. We will be trying to get back into that if we had another full disconnect. If it was just from my end, sadly we will not be able to see that, which is quite disappointing. If you guys are wondering where Counter is not here for today. He is a bit busy, so I had to take the reins from him and run the stream. I will be trying to do everything in a pretty similar manner. I don't have the same layout as him, so the stream might be slightly different, but I will try to keep the format the same. I will try to do, well, I will be doing the giveaways. As you see, we currently have a giveaway going on right now on Twitch. And I will also be trying to do custom matches if we have time to do them. I'm going to actually quickly check with the admin, see if anyone else disconnected from the match. And if that is the case, we will be trying to get back into that Game 3. But if not, I will probably just try to run a custom for all you to get into. In the meantime, I will take a short little break and get back to you guys as soon as possible with the updated info. Alright, just a little update from our admin. Looks like everyone disconnected once more. Looks like the servers aren't really in tip-top shape at the moment. But hopefully that does clear up so we can finish our game 3 between these two teams. Both teams are just setting up once more. They are actually in the lobby. At least most of them are in the lobby waiting on one player before we can start that one more time. So hopefully everything does go smoothly for the rest of this. If not, if we do have another disconnect like that, I hope we don't have to keep on doing rematches, since we will probably keep on seeing the same strat over and over by both teams. So it won't be the most interesting thing, but maybe we'll see a change. Maybe they decided, okay, if we're gonna disconnect, let's try to finish off that match as quickly as possible. Maybe see some rushing happening, which would actually be quite interesting. But you never know. Looks like we do have our 5th player. So we will be trying to get into that lobby right now as we are going to be loading at the moment. If you guys are wondering, we are currently doing a giveaway on our Twitch page. It's twitch.tv/moderncombat. All you need to do is type in hashtag RO16 into the chat for a chance to win some credits for Modern Combat 5. We do have a few people who have already entered that giveaway. If you want a chance to win yourselves, feel free to head over to our Twitch page. If you're wondering, why are you only doing it on the Twitch page if you are relatively new, we actually do this on all the platforms we are broadcasting to. We actually broadcast to quite a few. We're broadcasting to our YouTube page, we are broadcasting to Mob Crush, Facebook, and on Twitch. So all those platforms will have a giveaway for today's stream, and we decide to keep it that way every time. Also looks like we are back in our match, so let's get back to the museum. Will we see a similar strat by both sides? Will the red side go back to statue? It looks like the red side is going back to statue right off the bat, trying to hold on to this location. The blue side going to be trying to go back to exhibition, try to hold on to this location. The question is, will they do the same exact thing? Looks like we have some slight change this time, at least for a brief moment. Veterans looks like he maybe fell off for a second, so he kind of fell behind his team. But he's going to be taking a different angle, a different approach, and holding this spot. Now it's the wait. Who will actually try to go for this relay first, or who will try to go for the kills? We do see a trade-off happening. Zaza getting that first kill on Veterans. Going to be a very, very good pick right off the bat, putting Triple X at a similar situation that they had before. They did have a round under their belt. They did lose that with the redo. But we'll see if they're able to do that once more. That first blood will definitely push them in that direction. Both teams still going to be extremely cautious. Other than Veterans being a bit cheeky with peeking out there, both teams are trying to be a bit conservative. Both trying to just stay back, not really do anything too major right off the bat. We do see some intel kits going around the map. If the enemy, or if any team actually picks those up, those small little briefcases, they actually can give you quite an additional few points. And it's quite surprising to see. Maybe it's only maybe it only spawns for one team, but as you see right here, there is 2 of them actually extremely close to Triple X, and we do see some movement happening right now. Triple X actually mowing down quite a few of the members from OMG. OMG actually trying to push up to that relay. We do see only one person left alive, Summer, as Summer is going to be trying to hold on, trying to defend. But since Summer was on the bottom, there's no way that he could stop them from capturing that relay. And he's also going to be caught off guard by players watching from that side rail. And this is starting to look like that first game where we did have Triple X in the lead for that first match, or for the first round at least. We see a similar amount of trades happening. This is slightly different. This time, instead of Veterans with the 1 kill, it's Summer who has that 1 kill, or has 2 kills. So that means 2 players from Triple X did go down. They did lose their perks, but that's still 3 people who actually were able to keep their perks from the previous round, who will be able to utilize it, maybe get some extra HP, or maybe get the faster capture speed, which is actually becoming a bit more popular. One reason it's getting a bit more popular is the last second rush strat, where you have a player or the entire team try to push in as a group, try to actually capture that relay, And it does work out quite effectively, especially if you do have 0-0 left on the clock. But extra HP is always good to have, especially since if people are using the lax sniper rifle, just having the smallest amount of bonus HP can help you survive the lax shot. Yes, you will go down if you get hit in the body or if you get in the head, but if you do get hit in the limbs or you get hit in the legs, there is a higher chance of actually surviving something like that. So we'll have to see if we have any examples of that in the future once these teams decide to make a move on this point. We do see them still just holding a similar spot. Triple X being a bit more aggressive, having all their attention focused on that one location. Will they be able to actually do anything too major right here? The snipers on their team are trying to give out as much information as possible, probably just saying maybe there's 3 on the left, 3 on the right. Where are these players at? We do see Zaza making some pretty risky peeks right there. You see a bullet fly past his head. He is able to get a nice double kill, which is going to be a huge play for Triple X. That's going to give their team an opportunity to actually rush up to that relay, start trying to capture, and there's only going to be Summer left alive again, but Summer is in the wrong location at the wrong time. At the bottom of the map is not going to help anyone out at all, and that does give round number 2 to Triple X. And is that, I believe there was one more trade going to, actually, there was quite a few more trades going towards OMG's way, but still quite a few players who still haven't died on Triple X. That means they'll have all their perks left alive, and OMG is actually pulling out a slightly different strat now. Now they're having players actually push up on all these snipers, which will be disrupting them for a brief moment, but Summer being extremely aggressive, peeks out and gets sniped down right away. Summer, knowing he's not going to be out of this game, decides to disconnect, but he never knows. His team still could pull this off, so they would want him back in this lobby just in case. Looks like these OMG members are just leaving to leave those final few members left alive, but they never know if these 2 members could just clutch this match. Looks like they are losing all hope at this point in time. But if this player actually can pull it off, it would be quite surprising to see. And it looks like, unfortunately, they will not be able to do it. 2 kills going to OMG for the final round of that game. But Triple X is able to pull through and win that RO16 matchup. Quite a few delays preventing us from seeing our winner for a bit, but we finally have the victor. And we will be moving on to our quarterfinals in just a few short moments. Talking about our quarterfinals, talking about our bracket in general. Let's actually take a look at that, since I don't think we've been able to see that today. Quite a few teams signed up, and you guys probably do want to see who is actually playing in today's cup. So once my page fully refreshes, we'll quickly switch over to that. This was the matchup we were just seeing right here. We did see a 2-1 going to Triple X, so that will be in their favor. And hopefully we'll be able to see our next match in just a few moments if the brackets do work properly. Maybe it could be my Wi-Fi. I actually know it's not my Wi-Fi. I lied. Here we go. As you see, we do have our brackets, and we do have quite a few changes in them as well. Let me quickly update the admin. Alright, and now the admin will be able to update our bracket as well. We do see Revolt versus Shoal. Shoal taking out Revolt. Going to be able to move up to the quarterfinals to face against Old Glory. Old Glory being a juggernaut of the past. Having a lot of old victories under their belt. Being a very prominent team. When they had all their core members. Will we see some of those core members return in today's cup? Probably. It will be quite interesting to see if we can get in that matchup at all, or see the follow-up matchup to that in the semifinals. We have Bring Me versus Damarizako going to be moving up to the Damarizako going to be moving up to the quarterfinals versus ANG. ANG taking out ENZ Nation. So we do have quite a few of our matches underway in terms of the bracket, which is actually quite interesting to see. And it looks like we might have an almost full match of almost full bracket for our quarterfinals. We did just see the matchup right here that is highlighted between Triple X and OMG, and it looks like Triple X is going to be facing against Energy next in just a few short moments. Energy taking out Soul. Beaky Blinders going to be who we're facing against DOS Clan. That matchup is still underway, or at least we don't have a result for it just yet. And we do have a default win from Warner's against Severe. Warner's going to be moving up. Actually, we have quite a few default wins if you technically take a look at the score. If you guys don't know how the score works, it is best out of 3, so you need 2 points to win. So for example, Shoal did win 2. They were able to move up. Oh Glory actually won 2, but they lost 1, so that was one that they could have that was one match they could have actually given up, since they were in the Rush finale as well. The Marizako finishing it up with a clean 2-0. ANG with it looks like a default, as they do move up with 1-0, and like I said earlier, same with Energy versus Soul and Warner's. We will be drawing our Twitch giveaway winners in just a few moments, maybe at least 5 minutes. So if you haven't already, make sure you do enter by typing in hashtag RO16 into our Twitch chat, twitch.tv/modern combat, for a chance to win. I will be around in the comments while I am taking the break, so if you guys have any questions there as well, make sure to ask them. I'll try my best to respond to as many people as possible. However, I am not very adept with responding to everyone, especially with only having a single monitor. If I could show you what I look at, it's quite crazy, since yeah, I have a lot of windows open, so it makes it a bit more difficult to multitask. Alright, we will be heading into that short little break while our next game is getting set up. Alright, as the next matches are getting set up and while the brackets are getting updated, I decided, you know, it's time to torment myself. Time to do a custom match. In the meantime, if you guys would want to join, the passkey would be the same as it always is, ESL123. I'm actually going to quickly switch over to that so you guys can see what is going on. Every once in a while we do host custom games where I or Counter will be trying to play with you guys, the community, and you guys get to test your skills and see how bad I actually am. We're gonna turn on custom matches. Should I let anything go? I'll let Commander, but no Prestige, guys. You know, we're gonna at least have that restriction. No fast spawn either, and maxed players of 12. If we do get a matchup, we will be actually closing out of this, and we will be joining that since the tournament matches do take priority over the custom matches. But do not worry if we cannot get into the custom match, or if we don't finish the custom match. There will be plenty of more opportunities later on today to actually do them. Also, I know you guys have been waiting on our Twitch platform. We had quite a few people enter. Maybe not too many, but you know, still a few people entering. And we will be drawing that winner right now. Now, here we go. The winner for those credits on our Twitch platform will be KTOK03. Congratulations. All you need to do is post your dog tag and platform into the chat for a chance to win, or not a chance to win, for to get your credits. My bad, a mix-up of words right there. Let me type that in chat as well. You get to hear my clickety-clack of my mechanical keyboard. Alright, also it looks like we did get a tournament match. So feels bad for the custom game, but we will do custom games in the future, guys. I swear to you, I promise. We will be able to do a custom game. In the meantime, this tournament match does take relevance. I believe we have 2 new teams that we haven't seen before. They could be renamed teams, but we'll find out once we get in here. Let's open that up as well so we can see what our matchup is looking like. It looks like we're going to be starting off with a team battle, and it is going to be Peaky Blinders versus Warners. Like I said, these are both new teams. At least from looking at their profiles, they seem to be new teams, or at least rebadges of teams from before. And the one thing we'd like about new teams is, first off, it does introduce fresh blood into our tournament. It also does introduce some fresh strats as well, or maybe some fresh winners. It really is interesting to see when you do have some new players actually entering in every week, and these two are prime examples of that. It would have been kind of cool seeing if they were a bit more spread out on the bracket, so they wouldn't have to face each other so early into it. But this could be a good matchup for both of them. I believe Warners hasn't played yet. Beaky won their game, so this is going to be quite an interesting second matchup to actually witness. We are in the lobby. We are just waiting on players to actually join in, and once we have everything good and ready to go, we will be on with our quarterfinals. We also will be starting our next giveaway relatively soon. Probably going to start it after this first game does end, so keep that in mind. Our Twitch one is now closed, so there is no more point in trying to enter. We did have our winner, and he is in the chat as well. We will take a short little break while both teams are getting their teams set up for our next game. Well, that's interesting. So we just loaded in, and they all left. So it might take a bit longer to set up than I actually anticipated. I do apologize for that. We will be getting into our game one hopefully in the next few minutes, so just stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we will actually begin our next giveaway for today. Next giveaway going to be on our Facebook page. Going to be starting it off with a hashtag quarter. So hashtag quarter on Facebook for a chance to win some credits for Modern Combat 5. That giveaway is live now. Alright, it looks like it was actually a small little misconception that caused the previous problem, but we are in our first quarterfinal match of the evening, and we're actually seeing some pretty similar strats to what we see for many of the other top teams in this cup. We see a lot of people just using the sniper, especially on the red side, just holding the outside of the hangar. Now this is a very popular strat because you don't really want to give up too many kills right off at the start of the match. And holding here with the sniper gives you lots and lots of vision of the map, gives you a lot of areas to actually pick off some players, as you see Twisted picking up that first blood on Beaky. Now, we will see another few kills getting traded by both sides, but Warner's is going to be holding on to the lead at the moment. He's going to be able to pick up another one on Sniper. They're seeing Beaky just peek out every once in a while, trying to look for some kills to at least get some trades back. They are getting a bit more antsy as you see Rock pushing up behind the truck, which is actually quite interesting to see. Usually you wouldn't see them push up too much, too aggressively, but that could be used to actually catch people off guard. We do see Rock taking out Twisted right away. However, some more kills do go in the way of Warner, so that does put Beaky a bit further behind. Rocket does get taken out as well, so any chance of him actually getting a kill streak was shut down right there. Warner maybe trying to push up, trying to be a bit more aggressive, but they do lose a few players in the process. Morrow getting a nice kill on Buzz, and Buzz is actually looking like he was going to clip the guy's head, but he does see that trade going to him. Warner, however, still 5 points ahead, and we're starting to see some more up-close and personal action happening with these snipers, even though it's not the most optimal thing to do. One thing I always like bringing up on this map is why do we not see people flank? Flanking can be so effective on this map, however, it can also be somewhat difficult. But the fact that you never really see too many people actually attempt to do that, it just makes it a bit more static in terms of gameplay. We do see some more action starting to happen here, some more trades coming in, some more spawns getting flipped. So this will spice stuff up quite a bit as we see Warner starting to push in. Twisted does get clipped by the lack, however, he does have the extra HP. He is able to survive. He spots a few players on the side. He is able to get the headshot, but he was overloading. Couldn't really do anything about that right there. Now it's up to Beaky to actually just see what they can do in a situation like this. They are still getting some trades back. They are trying to keep it relatively close to Warner in terms of score. However, they still would need to come up with a pretty large amount of points if they would want to actually tie up this game. I don't think Warner is going to allow that to happen. Picking up 3 in a row right there is going to be detrimental to Beaky's chances of actually coming back, and the fact that Beaky's just peeking out every once in a while and they keep on getting picked off every once in a while, just it puts them further down the hole. Honestly, getting out of the spawn trap, it can be quite difficult to do, and this is one of the reasons I wish they had the commander class viable for competitive play. If they actually did, we could see some pretty interesting strats come out from this. Especially since there's only 2 choke points, usually having these snipers watching the choke points. So if we had maybe someone with a shield just pushing through one of the choke points, maybe eating some of the sniper shots, it would be extremely useful for getting out of a trap like this. Warner keeping the pressure on though. Warner just going to keep on forcing them to spawn in the same location. They finally do catch a slight little break as Beaky does start spawning outside the hangar. However, now the roles seem to have flipped. Warner is going to be the one inside the bunker. Beaky are going to be the ones trying to hold out of the bunker, but Warner is easily able to force their way out. And you can see how quick this match is going to be coming to a close. Warner only needing 2 more kills. Beaky can still be trying their hearts out and trying to secure any final kills, but Dennis is going to be able to get that last kill on Sniper with the lack sniper rifle and get that first victory for Warner. That will be game number 1 of this quarterfinal matchup. Quite an impressive few plays coming out for Warner's. 15-5, 15-5. These 2 players being the backbone of their team. Yes, the rest of their team did pretty well as well, but just getting those high scores, getting those streaks for their team, just a key point for them to have the score they did. We will be getting set up for game number 2 in just a few short moments, so stay tuned for that. Currently, a score in favor of Warner's. If they pull this off one more time, they will be moving up to the semifinals. And that'll be one of the first times in a while we're seeing a semifinal or a relatively new team moving up to the semifinals. Either way, it doesn't really matter who wins this matchup. We will have a new team move up to the semifinals, but that means they just have a greater challenge ahead. Alright, as we are loading into game number 2. Actually, wait, we're not loading into game number 2. We actually are in game number 2. What is this? Looks like I loaded it a bit faster than I thought, and it looks like I might have loaded late, as we already do have 2 kills under the belt of Warner. Warner going hard off the bat on the museum, just being aggressive, pushing hard, continuously getting kills. What is going on here? What is the start of this match? Nothing we've really seen before. Probably because the last museum match we saw was a rush, not a team battle, so we did see a lot more passive gameplay. But now that we are on rush, we're seeing a lot more aggressive styles coming out. We see a lot more plays getting pulled out of the belt. And Warner starting off with a very good lead, 10-3, a 7-point lead so far. Netflix almost going down the rock, getting brought down to 6% HP, but because of the extra HP perk, because of the extra armor he had, he was able to survive that shot. And it looks like he is going to be overloading, trying to go in for that knife kill, but he does get taken out before he has a chance to do so. Quite a way to start off game number 2 for this quarterfinal matchup. Keep in mind, guys, Warner did win game number 1. So if they do win the second game, which they're already on a path to do so, they will actually be going on to the semifinals. Warner keeping the pressure on Netflix with that heavy, trying to push in. Twisted, however, giving him some cover with the airstrike, killing all the enemies on that lane. Very, very good use of kill streaks right there, just helping the push. More Netflix doesn't have the range to deal with those snipers. He does have the shotgun, so that airstrike did help out clearing out those players. Going in with the slack, trying to do some damage. He is able to secure that kill and continue on his rampage. Warner still going to be very aggressive, still going to be trying to push in. I don't know if Twisted saw that player on the top, but if not, he did see the player after they tried shooting at him. We do see some trade kills coming back from Beaky. Beaky not having the best start for this match. However, it's not impossible, but just difficult to come back at a point in time like this. They've been getting caught off guard. They've been really falling to the aggressive playstyle of Warner. For example, like what happened right there. Jack not realizing there's going to be 2 players coming around the corner at high speeds with the recon, with the speed boost, getting taken down. If they were a bit more coordinated, if they had their covers, if they had their corners just covered, it wouldn't be as easy for Warner to actually just push in and get kills like this. Warner, however, feeling that they have the flow of this game so far, are going to be just continuing on, trying to finish up this game as quickly as possible, only needing to get 10 more to get that 50 score to get the limit. Then he's going to get that 1 kill on Jack, bring it to 41. Jordan is going to actually get the second kill, bring it to 42. Warner just slowly inches towards their victory in the quarterfinals. Looks like so far they are going to be going up to the semifinals, and we don't know who they're going to be facing just yet, but we might have results for that relatively soon, especially since this is going to be game number 2 of this quarterfinal, meaning game number 2 of the other matchup could be done by now. And Warner with a very impressive play on Museum, very aggressive tactic, just blowing out Beaky and finishing up them in game 2. Very, very impressive plays coming out from both sides. Beaky, I feel like they were pretty shook up from that first match, and into the second match they weren't really able to perform too well. As you saw, they had people just going their individual ways, and with a team like Warner just rushing in, it just made it a lot more difficult for them to actually defend. And usually you won't really see too many recons come out on that map, at least for a team battle. Usually you would see a lot more X1 morphs, you would see a lot more snipers, but that wasn't the case this time. Warner's just pull a hat out of their card out of their hat, and it seemed to work out relatively well against a team like this. We are going to quickly actually check our brackets, see what is going on, see who is up next. See if anyone actually did move yet, because that was a relatively fast second game, but it doesn't mean that we won't have another matchup done and over with already. Alright, looks like we do have some changes in our brackets. We do have Old Glory taking out Shoal with a strong 2-0 victory. 2 victories against Shoal. We'll be putting them up in the semifinals. Looks like we have another team in the semifinals as well. Damari Zacco taking out ANG with another 2-0 game. It looks like Old Glory versus Damari Zacco. I believe I've seen this matchup before. So seeing it again would be quite interesting to see. We'll find out if we can get into that match relatively shortly if possible. But if not, we are going to be waiting on this one matchup to finish up. Energy versus Triple X is going to be going on right now. We did have the winners between Warners and Beaky. Warners going to be moving up. If you guys are joining in right now, we are going to be doing a giveaway on our Facebook page. All you need to do is head over to our Facebook broadcast and type in #quarter. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/moderncombat. All you need to do is find that live broadcast and type a comment into the chat for a chance to win. We will be back in just a few moments if we can get into another match relatively quick, and if that is not possible, we will try to do that custom match I promised you guys earlier. Alrighty, looks like we have our match good and ready to go. This is actually game 2 of our semifinal matchup between these two great teams, Marizako and Old Glory. As you see, this was the semifinal matchup, and we do have the game 1 actually going to Old Glory. So this is actually quite an interesting development. Old Glory only needs to pull off one more victory to actually take out Marizako and to move up to the grand finals. And we'll see if they're able to do it right here on this map Vantage. Both teams already at each other's throats, ready trying to get some kills. Action happening from both sides, but both sides are going to be trying to keep it as even as possible. Marizako not having really full control of the center building, so they're going to be trying to back off, try to play it a bit slower, play it a bit more defensively, and it does work out. The way that these two teams do play, they do know how to counter each other. They have played each other many times before. So that's one of the reasons why we're seeing the score stay so close at the start of this match. Although the score is close at the start, once these teams start getting some kill streaks under their belt, things might change relatively quick. We do see Old Glory falling behind by 2 for just a brief moment before they are able to get that nice double trade to actually pull it back to parity. Marizako going to be trying to spread out their team thin, trying their best to actually counter Old Glory's playstyle. Old Glory like having a lot of their players grouped up, like having to be able to rush in as a team or rush from multiple sides as a team and pick people off. But it's going to be a lot more difficult to do if the players from Marizako are going to be on complete opposite sides of the map. Helios coming in with a nice kill, getting that lead for Old Glory for just a brief second, but you can see Poon with that nice double kill, just trading it back for Marizako. We do see them starting to be a bit more aggressive. Helios going to be pushing it again, but Old Glory having those recons, doing pretty immense damage to the players from Marizako, the snipers who were able to push up. I can see smart plays by Helios right here, just waiting for the pre-fire from the enemy sniper to happen before he peeks out once again. And this is what I was saying, both teams know each other's playstyles, they know what they're going to be doing, so they're trying their best to improvise, they're trying their best to counter each other's strats, and that's what we're trying to see right here. Whoever can counter each other's strats the best will come out as the winner of this match. Old Glory did win game number 1. Game number 1 was actually on the rooftops, and the rooftops is also quite an interesting map to see. Since the playstyles can be relatively different, you could have a more aggressive style, or you could have someone just try to hold on to either the top or bottom of the map. This map is somewhat similar as well, however there's a lot more dynamics to it. There's a whole area that you could pretty much just avoid if you don't even use the center of the map, and we haven't really seen anyone utilize the center of the map too much other than the snipers trying to look for picks in the middle. For the most part, we've seen most of the players just going to the sides, trying to rush around, and that's where most of our kills were coming from before. Rai getting a nice snipe across the map right there. He knows there's going to be a few more people just trying to peek. He knows they're going to be somewhat thirsty for those kills, but Marizako looks like they've learned to quench that thirst. They decided, okay, we have the lead, we have the advantage, we are down by a game. Let's decide, okay, let's just stay back and not push up. If we don't push up, it's going to burn the clock, it's going to force them to come to us, giving us a slightly better advantage with the position we're in. Well, Old Glory, they're very good at pushing, and they're very good at pushing as a team. So we're going to have to see if this play works out good for Marizako, or if it will fall them on their face. We're going to have to see how Old Glory is able to pull us out. Rai going to be a bit more aggressive, trying to push up. As you see, he is up close with these players, using that boss as cover from the player right behind him. He is able to get the kill on Poon. He does start overloading, tries to go in for a knife. However, if he does take too much damage while overloading, yes, you still can die. Overloading is a temporary halt to death. But if you don't get that knife kill, pretty much resetting yourself is going to be impossible to do. Old Glory, however, still trying to push in. Masu getting a nice kill before getting traded back by Helios. We see Mitt picking up a kill on Rusi as well. This game still is relatively close. Only 4 kills separating these two teams. Old Glory starting to seemingly step it up at this part of the game. They know they don't want to wait until a minute left, because that's going to put unnecessary pressure on their players. Yes, they already do have some unnecessary pressure on their side by being down by about 4 points. But they can slowly chip away at the score that the Marizako was able to build up. As you see here, they're trying to. They were actually able to bring it down to a 3-point difference, but just small little chokes were able to give the Marizako some extra kills and pull them back. Old Glory, however, not giving up just yet. They're continuously trying to push in, continuously trying to get as many kills as possible before this hits the 1-minute mark. Once it hits the 1-minute mark, the Marizako could just try to run away the rest of the match, or just try to waste time by not respawning for as long as possible. We do see Old Glory, however, putting in some work, still getting some double kills with only a single kill trades coming back from Marizako. So it's still possible for them to do it. However, their odds are getting slimmer and slimmer by the second. A 7-point difference between the two teams. Just a massive point difference right here. And we're seeing a weapon I haven't seen in quite a long time. The tier 6 sapper gun getting pulled out. But it's not going to be really seen to too much use, as we will see that player get taken out. And the final kill will be a knife kill from Masu. Two giant teams battling it out for survival. Old Glory had game number 1. However, since we see Marizako actually take game 2 right there, Marizako will be able to survive for a bit longer, and we will be going to our tiebreaker on Streets. Our semifinals have been heating up. Yes, this has only been the first semifinal match we've seen so far, but it's already been pretty intense. Quite a bit of competition between these two teams, and you can see how this rivalry will be going down in just a few moments when game number 3 is hosted. We will be trying to get in that next match just a few short moments, so just stay tuned for that. We are still doing our giveaway on Facebook, so make sure you are entering with typing in #quarter. I will be ending that relatively soon. I was actually going to be waiting for the previous match, but I decided, alright, let's just go on to the semi-final matchups. And so once this next match is done, we will be drawing that winner. In the meantime, we will take a short little break while the next game is getting set up. game number 3. These two fantastic teams are now going to decide who is going to get knocked out and who is going to be going up to the finals for today. Both teams trying to take defensive positions. However, it looks like Demarizako has a slightly better location, as you do see one of their players already right by the relay, already starting to capture it. And an early relay capture like this, if he is able to succeed in getting it, will actually help his team get an immense amount of points right off the bat. You do see him being careful. He knows there could be players up there. Using that Evil Eye Sniper perk, he might have spotted that player in that one spot, so he has to be very cautious while peeking out. Doesn't want to actually expose himself too much, because he is still quite vulnerable in this location. We do see kills going to both sides. However, Old Glory is able to take out 2 players from Demarizako. Yes, they have the lead in players, but they don't have the relay. If these remaining 2 players are actually able to hold on to the relay, they could still have a chance to actually win this, because it will force Old Glory players onto the relay. This could be a chance for them to actually come back. As you see right there, Masu pushing up, getting one, Lime getting a second one as well. Masu having very low HP, but still, it makes it a lot easier for him to survive. Just the pressure of having that relay for just a brief moment did help him out quite a bit. And now it's a one-on-one, trying to bait out the enemy team with that relay capture. However, Rai is too smart for that. He decides, okay, I'm going to run to the top and take you down. Still a valiant effort by both sides. And it's actually one of the first times in a while we've seen the relay getting captured so early on into the into a match or into a round. Usually we see teams just wait it out, wait for until it's either completely safe or until it's at 0-0 before they try to go for that capture. Since they did have that capture though early on, they probably did get some additional bonus points at the start. It will make it so they don't fall too far behind in terms of points, in terms of getting extra perks, so they won't be at too much of a disadvantage. We'll have to see if they're able to live up to it, and if they're able to take out Old Glory in round number 2. So far, they have gotten a trade kill, both teams down to a 4v4. Demarizako still in a relatively good spot, having pretty much control of the relay. However, this time they're not deciding to go to the capture. They know that Old Glory is going to be trying to camp it out in the back. They know that they're going to be trying to bait out some more kills if possible. But will Demarizako fall for that, or will Old Glory be able to actually push up and get any sneaky peeks on them? We do see Rusi right here with the recon class that will actually be able to help his team get any information from players who do get anywhere close to that doorway. But for now, it seems clear to him he's going to be able to push up, get some more information, and be able to spot, okay, there's a player behind this wall. He probably has a sniper, wait for the perfect opportunity to push, and he decides to push there, and then spots someone else, decides to actually back off from that. But this could be a moment of truth right here. We do see Demarizako actually capturing the relay with very low time left. So that means if they knock off this remaining player from the relay, this could be it for Old Glory. Old Glory having all their players trying to rush to the center, trying to hold on and keep this overtime going. And it looks like Old Glory was able to actually wipe out everyone on the point. Very, very close game though, and that could have also been extremely risky for them. They have to be a bit more cautious of the time, especially when they were going for the capture. Demarizako, I feel like, yes, they did get that capture. Yes, they did put a lot of pressure on Old Glory. However, they made it a bit harder on themselves as well by staying on the relay after that. They could have just tried to back off, try to keep Old Glory in that center instead of just trying to play Ring Around the Rosie and keep all their players from or keep the enemy players from capturing it. Old Glory gonna be trying to finish this off right here. Rai starting it off strong with a kill on power. Still a good pick right off the bat for their team. However, we do see Demarizako again with an early game capture of that relay. Now it's going to be up to the remaining 3 players on this team to actually do anything about that. Rusi going down, which is a pretty big player right off the bat. Mid does spot a few players, and he does know there's a few more pushing. He has to be a bit careful, but Arubaru is able to get that nice peek off on him and take him down. That is quite a few of the core players down from Damarizako, and Old Glory Kira goes in for the last kill of the game. And that means Old Glory will be going up to our grand finals for today, taking out Damarizako 2-1. Quite good tactics by both teams. However, Old Glory, although they weren't able to get the relay as often, they were still able to pull through. It always came down to kills in the end, not really too much to the relay captures. If Old Glory if Damarizako actually maybe found a better tactic for defending that point after capturing it. Yes, they had some players on the top, but maybe just trying to take try to take a few safer options, like trying to hide in the cubby holes after the capture and just defend the point. They could have had some different successes, but what is it for me to say that they could have won? We never know. It could have been extremely different as well. Anyways, that will be our semi-final matchup between these two teams. Old Glory moving up to the grand finals. Let's actually take a look at our brackets and see if anything has changed so far. We will also be drawing our Facebook giveaway winner after we take a look at these brackets, so stay tuned for that. And if you haven't already, make sure you do enter #quarter on our Facebook page for a chance to win. Alright, here we go. Looks like we also do have another semifinal matchup going on at the moment. As you see on our bracket right here, we did just see the match between Old Glory and Damarizako. Old Glory going to be the ones moving up to the grand finals for today. And looks like we have a match between Triple X and Warner's going on at the moment, which is also a pretty interesting matchup. Warner's being a relatively new team, they seem relatively organized as well, so I really am excited to see the matchup outcome for this semi-final. If you guys are wondering what these teams are playing for, why play in one of these cups yourself? Each of these teams is hoping for a chance to play in our grand finals. Our monthly grand finals happens every month. Gives you a chance to win the Invictus camo, which I know a lot of people have been wondering how to get that. And it also gives you a chance to get some extra pocket change, some extra cash. Yes, you can win money by playing in these weekly tournaments and in the monthly tournaments. Each weekly tournament, I believe the prize pool is 150 euros, 100 for the first place, 50 for the second place. Let me actually double check that right here, right now. While you guys are watching, if we go into info, we can find all that good info right here at the bottom. It looks like I was wrong. It looks like it's just 100. So I stand corrected. 100. 100. Actually, this is not euros. This is dollars. So this is the blue cup, Haxer. Haxer, you're too used to doing the red cup. I know. $100 for whoever actually wins this cup, and 100 Go4 points. The way that these Go4 points work is whoever actually gets Go4 points will get put ahead in the standings, and that will make it a bit easier for you to actually move ahead in the monthly cup. I don't think they reset it for the month of July just yet. Hopefully they'll fix this relatively soon. But usually, for example, if you get 100 points, you get 100 points added to your score. Once you have 100 points, it puts you in one of the top 8 spots, and these top 8 spots are the spots that would be playing in the monthly final. Also, you can't actually see whatever I'm looking at right now because it's too cropped off. I wonder if I can find a better version of that. I think I can if I go to just the blue cup. So we'll see if I could do that. Here we go. Oh, lovely photo, guys. They got that awesome profile pick. But this is what I was talking about by the ranking. So let's say if you get 100 points by winning a weekly cup, those 100 points will go to the current monthly ranking. And if you are in the top 8 like this, you will have a chance to play in the monthly final. Now the monthly final for June usually does happen at the end of July. They have it set up in a way that the one for the previous month happens at the end of the other month. So we will be seeing the final matchup with these 4 teams relatively soon. This actually might, I don't think this will really change too much unless they do count the Go4 points from this cup for this previous monthly final. Also, looks like we do have another match. Our other semifinal match going to be going on right now. We do have game 1 going to Warner. So Warner's, the newcomers, having quite an impressive play against Triple X. So we're going to have to see if they're able to compete and if they're able to finish it off with a game 2 victory. We are going to be getting into that match right now, but in the meantime, we will take a short little break while that is getting all set up. Alrighty, we have gotten in our other semi-final match between these two teams. My stuff isn't updated fully just yet, but we do have Triple X Tentacon versus Warner's. Warner's currently having game 1 under their belt, and they're starting off somewhat strong for game number 2 with a 2-5 lead so far. Triple X is going to be trying to still fight back, still trying to get some more points under their belt as well. But Warner, with the aggressive playstyle that we've seen them do previously as well, working out quite well, especially on this map. I just do love seeing how the differences between each team, seeing how each team can play a single map differently. And that's what we're seeing right here. For example, we saw Old Glory and Marizako both playing this game extremely slow, focusing on sniper kills. Yes, we are still seeing a lot of sniper kills coming in here, but it was more so of long-range gunfights. We weren't really seeing rushing until the very end. But right here, we see Warner being aggressive off the bat, just going in, trying to get as many kills as possible. And it's working out quite well. 11-12 point lead for them so far. And with game 1 under their belt and with their score like this so far, they are probably feeling extremely confident about what is going on at the moment. Triple X does really need to reconsider their choices right here. Maybe try to regroup and think of a different strategy for pushing forward. We do see Fought trying to push up with the recon class. He did spot that one enemy player going in for the kill. He is able to take him out. Knows there's a few more up here, but does get outgunned by the lax sniper rifle. Some trades coming back in for the blue side. However, is it too late so far? Just so many kills separate the two teams. 12-point difference at the moment. If they're able to actually pull this back, it would be quite a feat at right now. But the way that Warner is playing, I don't see them allowing them to do that. Warner still going to be trying to just push up, still going to be trying to go for these aggressive plays. Fog switching to the lax sniper rifle from the recon, from the Bosk. So this could help out his team just a bit in terms of just getting that extra damage, getting those one-shot kills down. It does start to overload right here. He's going to be trying to run for that knife kill, but it looks like Denise is going to deny him from getting that, and deny Sad as well, getting a nice double kill. Warner only needing 9 more kills to actually finish up this game to move up to face against Old Glory in the finals. Fought, still trying his heart out to get these kills. He is doing a significant amount of damage, getting quite a few players, overloading quite a few players as well. But just, is it too late? It could be. Only 8 kills left remaining for Warner to actually move ahead. Fought, still putting in work, almost having a 2 KD. It's quite impressive, while the rest of his team is struggling to secure the trade kills, struggling to secure kills of their own. However, this game, it seems to be practically over at this point in time. Only 3 kills left to go. Fought still fighting with his heart and soul, but it is not enough. 40 to 49, only 1 kill left, and Twisted will be the final kill on Anonymous to secure their game 2, meaning they will be moving up to face Old Glory in the grand finals. An interesting matchup to see. Sadly, we didn't get to see game number 1. However, even seeing just game 2 is quite a treat. We will be drawing that Facebook giveaway winner right now. I actually had the Facebook giveaway winner drawn. I was just waiting for the end of this to happen, so we can start our next giveaways in just a few short moments. Our Facebook giveaway winner is Marvin Marie. Congratulations, Marvin Marie. If you are still in the stream, all you need to do is post your dog tag and platform into the chat. We will be setting up our finals very shortly, so stay tuned for that. We also will be starting our next few giveaways. We do still need to do our giveaway on Mob Crush and our giveaway on our YouTube page, so we probably could just run a dual giveaway for our finals. If you guys want a chance to win on either our Mob Crush page or on our YouTube, all you need to do is type in #finals. I will post a link on those 2 platforms just so you can head over our Mob Crush page, mobcrush.com/modern combat, and our YouTube. Our YouTube actually has a really weird link, so I'll post that link in those other chats so you guys can get to it. I apparently also can't English because finals setting finals. This makes perfect sense because I multitask. My multitask so good. Final setting finals. No, finals setting up, not final setting finals, and not up with 2 P's, up with 1 P. There we go. Also, let me close that Facebook one and let's switch it over. We will take a short little break while our next match, our finals matches, are getting set up. Interesting. Well, I was gonna start this off by saying how we finally are getting into our finals, and how Damari Zako actually technically wins against Old Glory because they were using parts of Paragon. But I guess we're gonna see a match complete because someone disconnected. So we will go back into a break while they are setting up this game once more. But as you see, they do have their teams ready. It looks like someone might have just disconnected, so they just left so they could set it up once more again. We will be back in just a few short moments, and hopefully I will be able to begin our finals, our grand finals for today. And here we go. Finally in the finals. Our first final match on the museum between these two vastly different teams. Warner being a new team or a rebranded team coming into this against one of our pretty much veteran teams, Damari Zako. And Warner's already putting up quite a decent fight against players like this, already putting some pressure on them. They're not in the lead at the moment, but their tactics is actually quite nice, at least keeping the score relatively close at the start of this game. Netflix getting 2 knife kills in a row, which is actually quite surprising to see as well. Warner, they're the ones that we've been seeing rush a lot more often. Damari Zako playing a lot more passively, and Warner's rushing has worked out relatively well so far. They did decide to slow it down a bit right here, but when they do rush, it works out quite effectively. They are even able to take the lead against Damari Zako, which is quite good for a new team like this. They're going to continue trying to push on right here. Dennis decides to start overloading, or he doesn't decide, he gets shot and starts to overload. Tries to go in for a knife kill, however, sadly gets taken out. 10-10 between these two teams. Damari Zako a bit surprised at this team's tactics, especially since we haven't really seen them too much before. So actually having them in the finals, having them against a team like this, it's a taste of new blood for both sides. DMG gonna be trying to do stuff, but Netflix continues on his knifing spree before he gets taken out. Damari Zako is able to get a nice 4-point lead, at least cushion their score for a bit, make that a 5-point lead as Poon is able to pick up one more, but still Twisted is able to be there to trade some kills back, do some damage back. Looks like he might have started overloading right there, and that is the case as he does get taken out by a shot from Poon that was fired seconds before. Still, this is quite an interesting play to see coming out on the team battle on Museum. Museum, like we've seen it previously, it can be played multiple ways. We've seen Warner play on Museum before, and they have been continuing on with this same aggressive type of play style. But the only time we've seen Damari Zako actually play on this map was earlier today, when they were actually in the finals against Old Glory. We see some interesting plays come out from both sides. Damari still holding on to that small lead. However, Warner is going to be trying to push in, try to do as much damage as possible. Masu is getting chased, trying to get knifed by him. Netflix gets shut down. Maybe Masu using the anti-knife perk to stop him, to make him immune from knifing, which is actually quite effective, especially with a lot of these players running the X1 morph class. The fact that you have the chance of you trying to shoot someone, them starting to overload and rush you, well, having the knife immunity perk actually completely counteracts that knife revive from the X1 morph class. So I wouldn't be surprised seeing maybe 1 or 2 people actually using that here. Warner still putting up a relatively good fight. Only 7-point difference between the two teams, but Damari Zako having a pretty decent lead right now will put them relatively close to that score limit of 50 points. Only need to pick up 6 more to actually finish up this game right here. Warner only 5 points away, so they still do have a chance. However, their chances are slimming as long as they are not able to get some more kills. Able to get a nice double kill right there with the X1 morph and with the tier 7 sniper. We do see them go 42 to 45. If they keep this pressure on Damari Zako, they have a pretty solid chance of actually tying up this game. Mitt actually getting taken down, or Mitt actually getting a kill right there with the frag grenade. Quite nice right there. Warner, however, still putting in lots of work this match. They are saying, okay, yes, we are down, but we are not out just yet. We are going to be trying our hardest to make sure that is not the case. We do see Warner actually getting a shot and overloading one of the targets right there. Twisted does get taken down. However, they are able to get that trade back 47-49. Dylan is able to get that last kill on Netflix. A very, very elegant play from Warner, finishing up this game. Yes, they were very close at the end, so this will lead to a hopefully interesting next 2 games of our finals. We will be heading on to our next match in just a few short moments, so stay tuned for that. This is our finals match between Warners and Damari Zacco. We are also doing giveaways on our YouTube and Mob Crush pages. All you need to do to enter those giveaways is head over to the platforms, go to the live streams, and type in #finals into the chat. Relatively simple to do. We will be back in just a few short moments once we have game number 2 good and ready to go. game number 2 of our grand finals for our July Blue Cup number 1. Warner versus Damari Zacco. Warner's being a freshly made team in terms of the ESL site. However, I have gotten word that they are actually a remake of DMZ, so I'm not 100% sure of that just yet. But they have been playing relatively good, and I do see DMZ's playstyle slightly, DMZ being a slightly more aggressive team. Warner, however, going to be battling it out with Damari Zacco on the streets, and they are doing relatively well so far. 11-9, having a more close range place will be a bit more suited for their playstyle. Netflix going in for those knives like crazy. We've seen him get multiple knife kills so far this stream, and it's surprising to see he's just able to continuously get knives on these players. Goes to show that a lot of these players aren't actually using that anti-knife perk like I thought they would be using to actually counteract that X1 morph overloading ability. Damari Zacco going to be trying to fight back, trying to take back a lead and build up a lead. We do see Poon picking up a few nice kills in the back with the recon class. Damari Zacco changing some of their classes themselves, so you do have quite a few recons, and they are swarming in the bottom of the house. This is going to make it a lot more difficult for Warner to actually push in, since all these close range weapons will pretty much melt players if they do get anywhere close to this. Dylan switching out his boss for a sniper rifle. Quite an interesting combo for the recon class. Having that sniper for the extra utility, or having that sniper for the extra DPS and extra range. Also having that recon perk for the extra warning if there is someone close to him. Sadly, he wasn't really able to utilize it too well, since right after he did pick it up, he did get taken down. Still, fierce fighting going on by both sides. No side giving up. Both sides just working their hardest to try to hold onto a lead. We do have a member actually disconnect, or actually reconnect for a moment. Looks like Damari Zacco was down for a bit until just then. Warner, however, have been really trying to build up that lead. As you see, 27-24, a 3-point lead so far. Might not seem like much, but it can add up. You saw how much 3 points was last game. If Warner had 3 points last game, the score would have been tied. It could have been a completely different match, and Damari Zacco might have lost that last game. So these 3 points can be quite major. We'll see if Warner is able to hold on to a lead like this, and we'll see if Damari Zacco is able to upset them and try to come back from something like this. Wasn't getting taken out by Masu. Very nice peek by him right there. Damari Zacco getting some slightly different spawns, getting stuck in the blue spawn for just a brief moment. Maybe trying to push in, trying to go for some more aggressive plays. Dylan getting a nice headshot with the boss. Knows there's one more player around this corner. Tries to go in for another headshot, but Twisted is able to secure that kill first. Twisted going to be trying to continuously battle this, but gets taken out by Lime's the Slack sniper rifle. And sniper rifle? That's not a sniper rifle. The RPG, the grenade launcher. Jeez, Haxer. Haxer, you're going crazy. I know, I'm sorry. Still intense gameplay from both sides. Warner still trying to put in some pretty good work. Netflix getting another nice no-scope before he gets taken out. Still a 2-point difference, 3-point difference between the two teams. However, in this time, it is in Warner's favor. Warner, they were talking some smack in the group chat, in the game chat, saying they're going to be the ones to win this. Will they be able to live up to that? Will they prove their point and take out Damari Zacco in this game number 2? Will they be able to tie up the score 1-1? We'll find out in the next few short moments. Mitt is able to get that one kill, but we do still see kills flowing in from Warner. Twisted able to get that last kill on Mitt with the boss headshot, giving them their first win, tying up the games. 1-1 so far. This is best out of 5. So they do need, a single team does need to win 3 times to actually be crowned the champion for today. The question is, will Warner be able to pull through again? They kind of were shaky with game number 1. They were able to slightly pull it back, especially near the end. Game number 2, we're seeing a slightly stronger performance by them. But then again, we were also on a map that really heavily favors their playstyle. Game number 3 could be an oddball, and whoever wins game number 3 will have that match point. We'll find out in just a few short moments once we have game number 3 set up and good and ready to go. If you guys are joining in right now, or you're joining in late, we are doing our giveaways for Modern Combat 5 credits. All you need to do is type in #finals onto our YouTube or on our Mob Crush page. Our Mob Crush page is mobcrush.com/moderncombat. All you need to do is type in #finals for a chance to win those credits. And here we go, game number 3 between these two incredible teams in our grand final today. Both teams have a win secured under their belt, and they are looking to get a second. Warner, however, starting off with a relatively strong lead against Damarizako. We do see them have the pretty much standard strat for holding this map, where you have the red team just holding these back boxes, just looking for some kills, not really wanting to peek out too much. However, we have seen a slightly more aggressive play by some of the members who actually decided, okay, we're going to go up close and personal, or we're going to go for a flank. Now, this is what we would like to see a lot more often, and this is what is a good way to actually counter that previous strat. As you see right here, we have members from Damarizako coming from the side that throws off the balance from all the members from Warner. Yes, Warner now is alerted that they're there, but that will split their attention in half, give Damarizako another chance to actually come and do a frontal assault. We'll see how well they're able to utilize this right here. Lime is going to be pushing up and get a kill. He does see his teammate die in front of him, however, so that's kind of unfortunate, and he does go down himself as well. Damarizako going to be trying to hold their ground right here, trying to push back up and secure the kills that they did lose earlier on. But we haven't seen too much luck from them just yet. We do see Poon getting taken out right away by Denise, and he pushing up, holding into this tunnel. But I do like the way that Warner has been holding this map so far. Even when their attention was kind of separated from that flank from DMG, they were able to still hold on. They still were able to get those trades back and hold on to that 5-point lead that they currently have. It's a slightly different playstyle than we usually see coming into Scramble. Ooh, Poon getting tagged by a weapon before he goes into the crate, and he does start overloading as he finally does get taken out in the end. Still, Warner building up their lead that make that a 8-point lead, 9-point lead. So far, Warner does not want Damarizako to have any chance in this at all. They're going to be trying to build up a massive lead, demoralize them. We see Twisted come out with a nice play right there. His teammate there as well, defending his back, getting the second kill. Twisted going to be holding on to the top of the scoreboard right now. 13-4, just a massive amount of points. And you can see what I mean. His teammate having his back as he's trying to shoot at an enemy player. A teammate just comes in and zoinks the kill from him. Just very, very good coordination by them. Very, very good zoning. Keeping them in this one location, keeping them on that other side of the bunker makes it a lot easier. As long as their attention doesn't get broken, I feel like Warner probably will have this match in a bag so far. They currently have a very, very juicy lead over Damarizako, 38-19. That is a total 18 points over the opponents, and those 18 points will be quite difficult to come back, since that is going to be multiple team wipes. And you can see Warner, it's not even giving up. They're not even staying back. They're going to continue on their rampage and just keep on peeking Damarizako as soon as possible. We do see a nice double kill airstrike come in from Warner as well. Some kills getting traded back, however, but still a massive lead for them so far, bringing Damarizako, a very good team, into a situation like this. 47-23 is quite outstanding. Twisted picking up another kill on Masu. Dennis picking up one as well. Only one more kill left remaining, and we're going to see these players just try to rush in, try to get these final few kills. Netflix trying to line up his shot nice and slow. Looks like he was able to get that second shot off on, and that will be game number 3 going to Warner's. Some pretty interesting gameplay from Warner coming into game number 3. Now, I thought they were a bit more adept with being in a close range gunfight, But with that last match, they just proved close range, long range, they are proficient in all of this. The question is, are they proficient enough to knock out Damari Zacco, and what could be the final match for them next game? We will be back in just a few short moments while Game 4 is getting set up, so stay tuned for that. We are doing our giveaways on Mob Crush and on YouTube right now, so if you want a chance to win some credits for Modern Combat 5, make sure you do type in #finals into the chat. And here we go with what might be match point, the final match for Damarizako. If Warner is able to actually win this one game right here, and Warner having a map that highly suits their play style, playing on rooftops with lots and lots of recons, getting all that recon vision for them will be quite effective starting off this match so far. They are able to actually start off with a 4-point lead, which is quite good at the moment, but we do see, looks like Damarizako is fighting back. They pulled out some recons of their own. The question is, will their playstyle be able to counteract that of Warner? We do see Warner trying to push in right here. Lime coming in with a nice double kill with the Slack, trying to push in, try to get some more kills, but he does get taken out in the end. Warner is going to be continuously aggressive. Then he's going to be trying to push it in right here. However, he does get stuck reloading. He does get killed by Mitt. And Netflix is going to be the one to rush in with the heavy class, get a nice double kill before he gets taken down. We do see more kills going in favor of Damarizako though. It's still a 3-point difference between both sides. Warner could still lose this, and Poon right there with the nice bomber is going to be able to pick up enough kills to actually tie up the game between both sides. This could be the chance for Damarizako to start pulling it back, to start building up their lead as they are able to get those 2 kills right here. They are going to start using some utility like those airstrikes as well, and that airstrike is going to land right on Denise, which is going to be quite a good pick from Damarizako. 23 to 19, a 4-point difference so far. As long as they're able to keep this up, as long as they're able to hold onto this lead, more kills with that utility coming in from Damarizako. Another double airstrike, which is going to help boost their lead to 31 to 21, a 10-point difference so far. It looks like the cat is out of the bag. Looks like their secret strats are getting pulled out right here. It's all or nothing for their team, and they are for sure showing that right now. More airstrikes getting deployed right here. However, will that airstrike be lucky enough to land on someone? Looks like it's going to be unfortunate and not hit this time. Bull's going to be pushing in, getting the kill on Mitt. Going to be clearing down the bottom, spotting a few more players right here. Will he be able to take out that one player? No, Masu was able to actually get that no-scope before he gets taken down himself. Masu was able to also get another kill on Netflix. Warner getting a bit anxious right here, starting to play a bit more aggressive, trying to push in, try to secure a few more. But will they be able to do it in time to catch up to the momentum that Damarizako had once they started getting those streaks in? 41 to 43. We did see Damarizako have a pretty significant lead before, and Warner almost bring it back. So there is still hope for them right here. It's all up to Damarizako. Will they be able to keep the pressure on? Will they be able to force out these remaining 4 kills? It's quite a big difference between the two teams right now, and getting 2 kills doesn't seem too hard for Damarizako. We do see Warner still trying to do their best, but with an 11-point difference, or 11 points needed to actually win compared to the 1 point, I don't see them doing this anytime soon unless they pull out some sort of miracle play. And Lime going to be the last one to pick up the kill, tying up the score between these two teams, 2-2, and that will be game number 4, ending a bit quicker than I expected, with Damarizako having some pretty impressive close-range gunfights on rooftops. We will be heading on to our final match of the evening, a tiebreaker between these two teams. We've seen very good, very impressive plays from both sides. However, I feel like next game we'll see all of their secret strats, all the secret sauce getting pulled out, as they're going to do anything possible to secure that victory. We will be back in just a moment, as Game 5 is going to be getting set up right now after Game 5 is over, we will be drawing our YouTube and Mob Crush winners. So make sure you do enter by typing in #final into the chat. the moment we have all been waiting for. A finals to end with our rush mode. We see both sides already trying to figure out how they're going to go about doing this. And both sides going to be trying to take different approaches to this. Warner going to be taking the rooftops on the top. We're going to see Damarizako controlling the bottom of the map. The only difference is, I feel like Damarizako has a slightly better position at the moment. Yes, they are on the bottom of the map. Yes, they can be spotted from the top a lot easier. But the fact that they have the relay down there will make their life a bit easier if they decide to do something like we've seen what they were trying to do against their Old Glory plays. We've seen some them get some pretty aggressive captures against Old Glory before. The question is, will they have learned from that past match and maybe have adjusted their style for going in and capturing those relays? Warner still going to be holding off on the top. I feel like we might actually see this hit 0-0 unless Damarizako is going to be a bit impatient and push in, or at least have something planned to push in and try to at least tag the relay and maybe force Warner to do something about it. Warner going to be just still patrolling the top. We do see some people touching the bottom portion of the map. This is what I was talking about right here, rushing in for that relay. They do actually get on the relay. They do start capturing it. They got relatively close as well, but Warner had two players just ready to jump in. They were able to stop that relay capture, and they were able to get that full team wipe against Damarizako, which does give them the advantage. It does give them the first victory of the match. And it also looks like a member from the blue side has disconnected, which doesn't bode well for them either. Warner feeling a bit more confident now. Yes, they lost a player, but they still had all their other players left alive. They'll have those extra perks left as well, so they might be able to get some extra capture speed. The thing is, I feel like if Damarizako had that extra bonus capture speed instead of the extra HP, they probably would have been able to capture that relay before Warner was able to touch it. Now, yes, like I've said previously, the extra HP can be extremely crucial, especially when you have a lot of players using the lax sniper rifle. But you have to really consider, are the kills more important, or is going for that relay more important? And from what we've seen from Damarizako, I feel like going for that relay would probably be a bit more important. I feel like they probably should take the probably should focus all their points into that spot. We do see them, however, focusing some more points into HP. Looks like Riz might be either saving, or he could have been focusing those points into that the faster capture speed. And you do see the players who do have that bonus HP, like the 165, the 135, are either using, or at least it's a combo with Glutton and the bonus HP, which gives you another 30. We're starting to reach the end once again of this round. 14 seconds left to go. Mitt is able to capture that intel package that is on the floor that will give him a 60 additional intel to actually use to buy perks for the next round. So even if his team does lose this, he'll at least have something to work with instead of just having to just buy a single perk. He will probably be able to buy at least two. Warner still going to be holding on to the top from that same location, just making sure that no one can really get that quick capture off on that perk, or on that relay. We do see Damarizako in a slightly confused manner. Yes, they did lose their previous member, so that does make it a bit more difficult on them. However, they will just be holding on, and seeing who makes that first move. Will it be Warner? Will it be Damari? you guys are entering our stream right now, as I do see some people doing that in the chat. We are currently doing a giveaway on our YouTube and on our Mob Crush page. So I recommend you do enter that, since once this match is over, that will be it. And we are well on our way for finishing this match. We do see some plays coming out from both sides, and there was a massive amount of trades happening right there from Warner and Damarizako. Warner, however, having the two people up front trying to go in for the kill. Only 1v1 going on right here. Who will win this right here? Both using snipers, both going to be going for those no-scope kills to get that one-shot kill. We do see Jaraka switch to the pistol in hopes of getting that extra damage down with the extra fire rate, but it looks like Lime will be superior. Lime will get that one-shot kill and secure a win for Damarizako, and that also allows their second or their fifth player to come back and join the match, so they won't be at such a disadvantage anymore. Damarizako, now knowing that they try to go to the top a lot, knowing that Warner goes to the top a lot, will send some players to the top themselves, and this could be a opportunity for them to actually get that at least a trade back from the kills they've already lost in those early seconds of the match. We do see Damarizako, although they got that extra player back, at least a few of their players are already down. A 2v4 situation, not looking too good so far, and it does put a lot of extra pressure on Damarizako. We do see a kill going out from Poon, taking out Netflix. A 3v4 still possible for them to do, however it just does put a bit of extra pressure on them. Lime going to be staying on the top, going to decide to jump down. This will be his only chance to actually do anything about it. He does get taken out by Dennis, as he is able to fire 2 shots before Lime is able to scope in and fire 2 of his own. Now Warner, so close to victory that they can taste it. They only need to win one more of these rounds to actually secure their victory, to secure their $100 prize pool for today. Will Warner let that slip through? Will they let this go to the final round of our rush? Or will they be able to finish it off right here and right now? Both sides cautiously waiting for a perfect moment to strike. Damarizako, although we've seen them be a bit more aggressive to that relay earlier, not seeing that same oomph from them now. That could be what they need to actually possibly win this match. I feel like if they maybe better position themselves, it would be a bit easier in terms of capturing it. In a situation like this, if I am trying to go for the relay, I would have a player just watching both sides, both entrances, those doorways right there, and I would also have at least one player on the balcony to snipe anyone who tries to drop from the roof. Now, we did see a lot of players drop from Warner from the roof, stopping Damarizako from really doing anything special for their first capture. So holding an angle like that could be very, very beneficial. Seven seconds left in this round. This could be where the teams start getting a bit more antsy. They're ready to capture that relay, but will they be able to do it? We do see Masu going up close. They're going to go for that relay. They're going to have to go up close and personal. This is where Warner is going to have to push in or lose this round because of the capture. It looks like they were able to get some players onto the point. Now it's up to that one remaining player who is left alive, or maybe is it two people? Lime is left alive as well. Now it's a 2v1, still very possible for them. Riz is able to get that kill, however 74% on that relay. I don't think he realized the relay was that close to getting captured. Twisted have to reload at the very wrong time, and Lime is able to keep Damarizako in this match with a knife kill at the end. Twisted looking like he would have had that in the bag with those shots he was firing at Lime, but that reload that finished him off at the end was just very unfortunate. Zacco now has another fighting chance at this right here. Both teams have a pretty fighting chance. The question is, who will be able to seize it? Who will go for the plays? Currently, it's been Zacco forcing out Warner from their defensive play style. But you know, that could be what's really holding them back. Maybe the fact that, yes, you won't have those respawns is at the back of their mind. And that could be feeding off of their playstyle we've seen earlier. Before, we've seen Warner being a lot more aggressive, doing a lot more risky plays, and it's benefited them quite well. But now that, okay, we don't have any risky plays, we only have one life, it really does change stuff up. We do see one player, Twisted, go down to the bottom. He's able to get Mitt. That is a very big pick starting off that match. We will see if that pick is going to go unattended for. We do see Twisted still going to be looking around, trying to find some more places to take down these players. I don't know if they realized that he's down here yet. It looks like they might have, as Zamasu is going to be able to just peek out, use a pixel peek for just a few short moments to check and see if anyone was there. But now the match is in favor of Warner. Warner having that advantage by one extra player. However, we've seen that even with the one extra player, it could still be relatively difficult for them. The time hits 0, and is this where will we see a play come out from either of the sides? Looks like they are just going to be waiting on the bottom, waiting for any sort of reaction from that relay. Both teams have a somewhat solid chance, more so Warner with that 5-man that they have at the moment. And this is one of the things I was worried about, the fact that you're so scared, you're both so scared that you don't want to go to the relay at all. Even Zacco, it was an all or nothing play with trying to capture that relay and having Warner come down and stop them. But will that happen again? Both sides taking it relatively slow, as we see the relay still nice and open for anyone to actually go and capture. The thing is, with these players on the rooftops, it just makes it so much more difficult to actually get those captures. Those give you angled vision all the way down from both sides, which is extremely strong. Zacco, looks like they're brewing up another plan right here. Could it be it to actually push up?
They're taking the relay.
We do see some more kills going in favor of Warner. Warner going to be able to keep all these players off the relay. However, they weren't able to cancel that capture, and it looks like Warner was able to actually secure it, as Netflix is able to get that final knife kill of the match. Guys, that means we have our grand champion for our Go4 Modern Combat 5 Blue July Cup #1. Congratulations to Warners for being our first winners of the month. Quite interesting gameplay from both sides. Both good plays from both sides as well. Warner's able to just pull it through with the sheer numbers they had and the sheer early round picks they kept on having. However, we did see Zacco put up a pretty good fight in that game as well. Still a very, very excellent match between both teams. Excellent games between both teams. excited to see what they do in the future, how they improve from their previous strategy in the future. Warner technically is a new team in terms of the roster. However, there are some players coming from older tournaments, so it's actually quite interesting to see them on that. We will be finishing off our final giveaway and then closing out the stream for today. So if you guys have any final questions, feel free to ask them in the stream. Also, if you do have, or if you haven't typed in hashtag finals in the chat, make sure you do that relatively quick, since I will be drawing that after I update the admin on the score. Alrighty, now for our Mob Crush page, we will draw that first. And guys, oh, why do you gotta do this to me? There's three people who entered on Mob Crush. That's a 1 in 3 chance to win this giveaway. I like those odds. For at least if I was one of you guys, I would love those odds. Well, we're gonna have to go find out who our winner is right now, and our winner for our Mob Crush page is going to be Gruff. Gruff, congratulations. I believe I still have your dog tag and platform from previously, but please just post it again just in case. It might have changed, because I don't know if it did or not. I don't know if you got a new account, but congrats, Gruff, for being our winner. And for our YouTube page, our last giveaway winner for today is going to be, I can't read Arabic, but congratulations. I also probably butchered the language name. If you are in the chat, all you need to do is post your dog tag and platform on our YouTube page. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by today's broadcast. Sadly, Counter wasn't here, like you probably have realized the entire stream. However, I still was able to pull through. I believe it's going to be pretty similar again tomorrow, so just keep that in mind. We will be back again with our Go4 Modern Combat 5 Red July Cup #1 tomorrow on Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. All you need to do is make sure you follow us on our social media platforms for information on these upcoming cups. Hope you guys enjoyed today's broadcast. That will be it for now. This is Hacks, and I'm out. Peace.